Are you ready? Are you ready for Twit? I don't even like Elton John. Yes, it's been a while since I've sat here and done an actual episode of Twit. The main reason for that is I've been pretty much broke, having been sorting out my new place for when I go back to uni in September, and it's been kicking me in the nuts for money, and I had a job for 3 days. This week I had a job for 3 days. So yeah, the reason that I've mainly got things here is, the first little group of things were got because I thought, oh yeah, I'm going to have a job, I can afford things now. And then the other two things after that were bought for consolation because I'd lost that job within 3 days. But that's the nature of agency work, I'm not going to think about that anymore. So, what have I got, you're asking? Because it was like March the last time I did a Twit, and it's actually May now, even though this video is dated April. Yeah, been a little while, but to be perfectly honest, I'm not bothered. I've been really enjoying mainly mucking about with my Dark of the Moon figures because the movie hype coursing through my veins. But what I've got here is some, thorough contemporary stuff, the sort of stuff you actually find on a shelf right now, which is good because it's been a while since I've actually been able to pick up a bot off the shelf that I've actually wanted and then bought it. But before I show you anything, you've got to hold on to your hats because this video is non-stop ultra bargain. It's mind-blowing. Right now, Asda is the place to go. If you want some cheap Transformers, you walk into your Asda and they're there, and they're ludicrously cheap, properly, stupidly cheap. So yeah, you want to catch up on some Beast Hunter stuff that you might not have seen, because I think they've got some of the last wave stuff, or some Construct bots, and just anything that's on shelves right now. You go to an Asda and you hope they've got something left, because £2 for a Legion figure? Are you having a laugh? Let's put it this way. When Tesco's are charging $5.50 for one of these, then you know £2 is a good deal. And I've got 3, and they're all from the very last wave of Beast Hunters, and just excellent. And I have to say, I suppose I was pretty lucky getting these. I've got Rotgut, who is a green version of Blight. So, through my knowledge of more than meets the eye, he therefore becomes Blip. Obscure character references for the win. And we got Dive Bomb, who is just sort of Marvel UK Swoop. He's a repaint of Windrazor, and it's just Dinobot colours, look at it. And then we have Ace Viacon, who I'm going to say nothing about because I'm planning the review of a lifetime on this. Yeah, I've got all of those for £6, or rather, my dad got me them. But it's all because I'd gone down to, or I suppose technically from where I am here, up to a place called Bexley, which is where my dad sort of grew up, and went in the Asda there, and these were the only Transformers they had in there, even though it was a colossal place. The only Transformers they had were Legion ones, but they were exactly the wave that I would have wanted to find for £2. And I mean, these are cheaper than what they are in Home Bargains, which is where everyone else has been finding these, so that was pretty good. Yeah, mainly I'm really happy with these just because, while they're repaints the ones I've already got, and I have to say, I think Rotgut and Ace Viacon actually turn out a bit worse than their original versions. I'm just so happy to have been able to go and get a good little helping of new Cyberverse stuff, because we're not going to get any Fraser Extinction. That's something I completely failed to mention in my Countdown to Extinction vlog thing. I'm sad that we're no longer getting little pocket bots and Cyberverse is dead. What am I going to do now if I only want to spend £5 on Transformer? Guess I'll find out when I walk into Tesco's and see how much all these silly flip changing things actually cost. But yeah, I'm sad that now we've reached a pinnacle. Obviously we couldn't really got much better than what Beast Hunters was offering, but now we've got this really good standard of little bots like this, and then they just go and kill the line. Why? I wanted a little tiny Drift and a little Grimlock, and maximum sad. So yeah, getting these 3 is sort of like my little celebration of Cyberverse. And it's nice that yesterday on the Transformers YouTube community page, we all had a bit of a day going through little figures and celebrating the joys of them, even though Smuzno was like, no, I don't like little ones, gotta have the big bots. No mate, no. this is where it's at. I have loved figures this size since they first hit shelves, and I remember getting the first Legends Cybertron figures. Well, actually, I didn't get them. My dad brought me home them from Toys R Us one day, and I was like, what the hell are these? I need to own all of them. And I almost did, and yeah, from then on I've loved little bots like this. So I'm really sad that they're going. I mean, last movie line, they killed Scouts. This movie line, they've killed Cyberverse. And to be honest, probably Deluxes and Voyagers as well, because we might not get those over here. But yeah, these three are really nice. Yeah, I don't know really what to say about them, because they are just repaints that are okay of figures which I would have already spoken about. I don't know. What more can I say? I don't want to say anything about Ace Viacon, apart from the fact he's sort of, I don't know, got a bit of a run-amok feel. Was that the white battle charger? Was it run-amok or runabout? One of those guys. He feels like him somehow, because he's white and he's got these sort of fluorescent orange sort of bits and pieces here and there. Looks like a flying version of him, that old white guy, I don't know. Rockgut is just a sort of ogre thing, and his beast mode head has some dubious paint on it, because it's like it's only painted from the top, and every other sort of surface is either only lightly applied with yellow or has none on it at all, so it looks a bit weird. It gives a sort of slimy, sort of scaly look to him, I suppose, which is appropriate for something called Rockgut, which you assume is some awfully unhygienic creature, but it looks a bit odd. And he's actually got separate eyes painted on, where Blight had like a visor and it's sculpted there, but they've just decided to do 2 dots for his eyes. So I suppose it's good, it makes him look a bit different, but you can't really escape the fact it looks odd, the fact that his eyes aren't sculpted in, they're just painted on. Also, I'm totally not sure how I feel about lime green, yellow, blue and black as a colour scheme. I think, to be honest, Dive Bomb is the best out of these three, just because he's so shiny. I mean, all the blue on his wings is all metallic, and then you turn his wings over and he's got Autobot symbols under there that sort of get revealed when you transform him. You think, oh, he's going to be a Predacon. No, he's an Autobot. Oh, I like that. That's a nice little touch. He's got a gold crossbow, he's got sort of nice gold paint and gold beak and gold pterosaur feet, and it's Swoop by his old Marvel UK Comics name, and it's sort of a bit of an odd, obscure reference that even I wouldn't get without TF Wiki. So all in all, I suppose he's the most recommended one out of these. So yeah, that could be the swan song of Cyberverse in my collection. I hope it's not, because I'd still like to get that Bludgeon, the Beast Hunters Commander one, but who knows. Let's trudge on to even better bargains. Thought it couldn't get better than £2 a pop for some brand new Cyberverse figures. It can get better, because new Construct bots for under £2. £1.88 I paid for these. £1.88 for something that's supposed to be a tenner. Are you kidding me? Is this real? What even is life? This should be £10 and I paid £1.88. I could get a whole bloody wave for under a tenner. Thank you, Asda. Thank you. I needed that after the day where I lost my job and I saw that Stu, the Mighty Grimlock, posted on Facebook that these were such a price. I thought, there is a God. There is a silver lining to this cloud. And I went to Asda and I got these. Cliff Jumper and Dead End for under £4. What? So yeah, I'm pretty damn pleased with these. And it sort of helps that actually they are a couple of the best Construct bots I've got. Cliff Jumper here, well, look at him, he looks just like a really good Cliff Jumper. I mean, yeah, he's just a red Bumblebee, that's pretty apparent. I think all of his pieces come from the Bumblebee build. Don't quote me on that, but it looks like it. His head definitely is just a red Bumblebee head. But he's just really nice, and somehow it feels like all of his bits fit together so much better than any of the others. Like this bit on his back, where it all folds in, it just sits there perfectly, and it fits perfectly in vehicle mode as well. And he's got nice big feet like someone like Cliff Jumper should have, and he's got a massive rifle. I mean, this is something that just makes it even better that Construct bots use 5mm, because this is an excellent gun to give to any of your Transformers that have 5mm hands. This is just lovely, and it's got a handle there, it's got an angled handle down there, so you can sort of stick it on the top of a car and make it point upwards or something. And I don't know why, but just that bit there, that angled handle, it seems like a really, really nice touch, because it's sort of like, no, it reminds me of G1 Optimus's gun, where he sort of holds it in the wrong place. I don't know, that is just an exceptionally nice gun, and yeah, round out this guy as certainly one of my favourites, because just look at that. I want this sort of thing with more figures, please. But it is safe to say his alt mode looks proper weird. It's sort of like a ladybird car. Sort of reminds me of that thing that Masked Rider would drive around in, but it looks really weird because the bumper is like 2 feet away from the windshield of the car. Then we got Dead End. I don't know what to say about his colour scheme. I didn't buy Prime Dead End because of this colour scheme. It makes me think of vomit. It's all like rotten bananas and carrots and green sludge. I don't know, it's toxic, it's ghastly, it's slightly G2. I don't know. I couldn't see the appeal behind Prime Dead End. I mean, once I'd actually handled one that my friend John had, I thought, no, I'm not getting that, because the build quality is so much worse than Wheeljack, and yeah, I don't get why people like these colours. I'm sorry, I just don't. It seems to work. I can see that it works. There's something good about it. But it honestly just, it hurts my retinas and just makes me feel ill. But this figure, he's pretty good. I just love these giant swords he's got. These big, lovely sort of radioactive waste-based cutlasses. They're nice. I'd certainly like another figure that's got swords like this of a different colour, so I can give these to other figures, because really, who is really going to properly wield a lime green sword like this? I'd like to get the Megatron one, because that's got red swords and I can give them to Blades, and that would be very good indeed. But Dead End, yeah, I don't really know what to say about him. Most of his parts are from Soundwave and Wheeljack. It's like half and half. His chest is from Soundwave, his legs are from Wheeljack, his feet are from Soundwave, the arm guards are from Wheeljack. But he's got this massive long thing on the back that sort of doesn't really go anywhere. If you watch Vangelus's videos, he did a build video for this guy recently, and I have to say, he made this all look a lot more wobbly than it actually is. I've got to say, while my recent videos in the building vein have been inspired by his stuff, I think I could have done a more coherent Constructbot video than he did. But yeah, Dead End. Maybe I'll fake a build video, because of course I'm showing it to you out of the box. Yeah, maybe I'll still do a video about him, showing you the fine details of how he's built, because he's a Decepticon car, which is the opposite to an Autobot jet, which was the last thing that I built. But yeah, he's okay. I really like him, mainly just because I got him cheap, and it just feels so satisfying to get 2 of these at the same time, and I built them in sort of parallel, and they're big, and they're satisfying, and they're fun, and they're brightly coloured, and they've got massive weapons and really nice head sculpts. I don't care what the car modes look like. This thing in car mode looks like some sort of banana car. It honestly does. But I really like them. And certainly, if you are so inclined now, if you haven't already, I mean, God, if you haven't already got into Constructbots, now is the time. I'm talking to you. I know there are people out there who are still sat on the fence, who are still waiting for the perfect opportunity to grab some of these at discount, and well, now's your time, buddy. Get off that fence, go to Asda and get one of these for £1.80. You won't regret it, because I think if there's any sort of price that urges you to take a punt on a figure, it's one that starts with the number 1 and doesn't have a 0 after that, before the decimal point. So yeah, I'm really happy. These are certainly worth more than £1.88, but to have got them for that sort of price, I'm still giddy with the glee of that. Oh, actually, little thing I thought of this morning, after having a bit of a muck about with Dead End, because he is a sort of toxic zombie type character, he keeps poking me in the ear with this sword, I realised something else that's good about Constructbots. The fact that you can sort of feign or simulate battle damage, because, you know, they come apart, he's a zombie, bits fall off him, you can play with him like that, can't you? You know, have him go around and trying to get parts he's missing off of other robots, and you can swap bits around and be like he's taking their arms or something like that. even more fun that can be had with these, and even more of a case for having these be very, very good value for money, because I'm seriously starting to think there's some little worm in my brain somewhere that is telling me that Constructbots are a little bit better than actual normal proper Transformers now. Just because of that fact you can take them apart, swap their parts. I mean, even if you're not creating something new and unique, you can at least take them apart to simulate them being in a fight. You can't do that with normal ones unless they have a good amount of ball joints on there that you can easily pop off and on again. So yeah, I think we've just reached the climax of me being able to recommend Constructbots, because especially when they're at this kind of price where they're reduced to clear, obviously because the new movie ones are coming along, which I'm a bit on the fence about, I have to say. Yeah, here's me espousing the loveliness of Constructbots when the new movie ones are putting me off ever so slightly. I know they've got better articulation because they've actually done what I thought they should have done from the beginning and given the elbows and knees ball joints so that you can sort of have bicep swivels. But they look like they have even more gaps in them than these ones do. Because they're the whole movie style, it's like to get that idea of layering of armour, they just look like they're full of holes, and I'm not sure which ones I want. The Optimus one doesn't look very good, and he comes with the dinosaur that you take apart and make into armour. What's not cool about that? I don't want it. So, I don't know. I'll give it a little while, and I certainly want to be able to get some more of these regular ones like Thundercracker or Ironhide or Megatron, maybe even Hound, despite the fact that I've got most of his parts in breakdown. But yeah, I'm really now properly, really loving Constructbots to the max, and really feeling like I want them over regular figures at this particular instant in time. Ooh, glory be! That were a right lovely lot of good stuff there, wasn't it? Well, I don't know when I'm going to be able to showing you this kind of stuff again, because of course, as I said, I've gone from having a job to having none again in the space of a week. So yeah, I don't know. I'm still counting down the days to Age of Extinction hitting, and you know, hopefully May the 12th of that Monday I'll be able to stroll into somewhere and buy something that will be exciting and new, and I'll be able to show you. But I don't know what that will be yet, and of course none of us do. So, like I said in my vlog, fingers crossed that Argos will have some deluxes and not just flippy things. But if I do come and show you a flippy thing, please don't judge me, because I honestly keep thinking I do want that drift that's like a switchblade. I can't stop thinking about how I can make it into a really good video. So until next time, amigos, hasta luego!